upelekwe kwa private uambiwe ati juu sasa hatuja make profit, you are not supposed to be paid. You are the management. You are supposed to be smart. You are trusted by the people to be smart enough to provide solutions kukikuja na downplays like those. Sasa mimi unaniambia utanilipa. What am I supposed to do? And I'm showing every day from 9 to 5. Those are kind of things that we are supposed to look into. Na tukimalizana na vitu za the country, the IEBC, the recording of MPs, let us occupy those county governments. These people have been entrusted. So many services have been devolved. Then Akwanga against that health was actually devolved. There are so many things.
Kindly wind up, because I want people to go to Faith Odhiambo's space too. You know, she's hosting and I'm hosting, and it's not okay, you know.
Okay, thank you Kimuzi. So tuendelee na the same motive, tuendelee kungangana, and I know tuta make it for the sake of the future generations. Asante sana Kimuzi.
Thank you. Boniface and Webb, kindly organize yourself, mpe watu to the last 30 minutes. Kindly, juu saizi na hata watu waende hiyo space ya Faith. Kindly.
So I think the next person will stay hidden. To go to
okay, sir.
Abuya. That order.
Am I audible?
You are.
Yes, you are.
Okay, kuna swali ilikuwa imeulizwa about odious debt. Naweza elezea since ni kiasi odious debt inafaa ikuwe ni ile debt government officials wamechukua, but it has been borrowed without people's consent, na pia imetumiwa for personal gain ama repressing the population, na pia creditors were aware or should have been aware of the circumstances. Haingetumika kusaidia nchi. Na story ya odious debt sahi, the biggest thing yenye inaweza fanya to succeed equal viable for Kenya ni burden of proof. The successor government typically carries the burden of proving the debt's odious nature, making the successful legal challenges complex. Lakini vitu kama World Bank wanatambua, vitu kama World Bank na International Monetary Fund wana acknowledge kuna vitu kama odious debt, na si concept ya kwanza imefanyika hapa hivi, ni concept imekuwa ikifanyika. In Nicaragua 1967 to 1979 walikataa kulipa $1.6 billion. Waliclaim odious debt na hiyo ikapita hivyo. Hawakulipa. Philippines 1965 to 1986 walikuwa wameamass almost 10 billion. The president mwenye alikuwa amechukua $10 billion. Government ikakataa. Hiyo incoming government ikakataa. Haiti pia. These cases, South Africa in 1994, although ya South Africa walikataa kulipa juu waliona, juu kuna kuwaga na challenges. Wengine unaweza kuwa mnakataa kulipa lakini na affect kuchukua other loans. But one big scandal ni Malaysia, 1MDB scandal ya 2009. Walifanya hiyo odious debt, jamaa walikuwa wamelipa kama hizi za China. Ulikuwa unasikia deni za China Kenya, politicians wanalipwa kitu juu ya hiyo deni ndio wachukue, wanahongwa ndio wachukue hiyo deni. The same thing ili happen in Malaysia, na deni zetu mingi za China zina follow this procedure. Politicians wanalipwa kitu. Malaysia, hiyo Goldman Sachs ili end up kulipa Malaysia, ilikuwa imelipa 1.6 billion in bribes dollars, but ili end up kulipa 2.9 billions kwa authorities na 2.5 billions kwa Malaysian government, na another 1.4 billion kugarantii Malaysian irecover hiyo pesa na ifuate ya watu waliiba. So sisi tukifuata, kuna uwezekano kuclaim odious debt is the only way. Juu tukisema to default on our debt ni ngumu, kutakuwa na currency crisis. Tukisema to default kutakuwa na currency crisis. Shortages of essentials, especially vitu zenye ni exported. Na since Kenya vitu zenye ni imported, na since Kenya vitu mingi zetu ni imported, kutakuwa na high inflation juu vitu mingi zitapanda bei excessively, juu kuzipata itakuwa ni more expensively. Na hiyo ni kitu isha happen in Sri Lanka, na hadi ililazimisha president na prime minister ku resign for the same cause. But sisi tukiamua to claim odious debt ni very very possible. And another thing naweza sema leo, Kimuzi, hii space yako iko na answers to everything. Kama iko I guess iko na answers to everything. About story ya kuweka kukab corruption na kukab everything, blockchain voting inaweza kuwa solution in this sense. For example, kama tunataka kupitisha cabinet secretaries, tusiachie president, watuachie kukuwe na blockchain technology yenye individual people watavote through that blockchain technology kuapprove kama tuna approve huyu CS ama tu approve huyu CS. Hiyo tuta make sure sisi wenyewe kama citizen tuko sure mwenye ako pale ni mtu tunataka. Na hii blockchain technology si ati ni kitu haija happen, isha happen in West Virginia, USA during the 2018 midterm elections. West Virginia walitumia a blockchain technology voting app na ikawaka. Na hiyo voting app ilikuwa wanatumia, kwanza inakuwa na cyber security software. Hiyo cyber security software ina detect kama kuna malware on your smartphone, either ni Android ama iPhone. Hiyo malware, so that isikuwa ni malware imevote, iwe ni wewe. Ikisha detect hakuna malware, wanatumia biometrics za finger biometrics kwa authenticate identification. Haya, ukishamaliza finger biometrics unatumia password uingie. Ukishatumia password ndio una vote, una cast your ballot na inahesabu immediately, hakuna kungoja. So tunaweza tumia hiyo. Another thing ilikuwa na before ufanye all that, lazima before hiyo authentication yote, kwanza lazima utume tu video ya wewe ukismile ama ukicheka ama just to approve you are alive kwanza before that. So hiyo blockchain technology inaweza tusaidia in very many forms. Kwanza kuna thread about blockchain technology unaweza iangalia, na kuna thread nimepost hapo about audience data pia unaweza angalia. So on blockchain technology, kwanza tunaweza approve CS. Pili, government imeiba sana. Ukiangalia through threads zangu about budgeted corruption na public debt scrutiny, utapata government inaiba sana. So blockchain technology tunaweza approve. Kama government nataka kuendea deni, tu approve kwanza hii deni iendewe ama isiendewe. So watu wana vote. Juu tukisema tuachilie politicians, watahongwa na deni iendewe. So blockchain technology hatutaachia politicians, hiyo responsibility itakuwa yetu. Another thing, kwa nini kuna pending bills? Ni kwa sababu hao jamaa wanajilipa, wanachukua tenda. Kwa hivyo blockchain technology pia itatoa conflict of interest in that kwa procurement, wananchi wa hiyo county wana prove hii tenda ipatiwe mtu fulani kwa sababu ni competent, kwa sababu ni cheaper. Kwa sababu kama matenda mingi ukiangalia kwa budgeted corruption threads zangu, tenda mingi zinapatiwa wasee just na wana offer more expensive, kama za ndege. KQ imeenda losses simply because imeuzwa ndege more expensively. Mwenye amepewa tenda kuliz ndege ni more expensively. Kwanza hiyo bill ya kupitisha kuliz haitakikani, ni expensive on itself. But you see, kama tunahitaji, tuna vote where to spend. Blockchain technology itakuwa kama pilot study before hii blockchain technology pia itumike kama roll out kama election ya technology itatumika kwa election kabisa. So blockchain technology inaweza tusaidia. Kuna hii thread about blockchain technology, ukitafuta kwa my wall utaipata. Alafu about audience debt kabisa pia utaipata. It will explain more and it will give you case studies of other presidents, other countries zenye zimeclaim audience debt na ikapitia, but most effectively pitia hiyo ya Malaysia, tapitia hiyo ya Mozambique. About kuclaim kwenda kuwaclaimia, kwenda kuchukua assets ama funds zenye hawase, itakuwa ngumu for one reason. Ni possible but inahitaji political will, na utapata since Ruto ama watu wote watakuwa kwa government at that stance, wanakuanga wameshaiba na wao previously. Kwa hivyo political will ya Kenya ni low, but hata tukasema iko high, kunahitajika political will ya hizo countries zingine kusaidia kusaidia. But hata ukiangalia World Bank inakuaga na Stolen Asset Recovery Initiative, inajita STAR, na pia United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime pia hiyo inatafuta asset recovery. But funny enough, the World Bank hiyo ya STAR, hiyo ya World Bank haija publish any single success rate for stolen asset recovery. However, imepublish success rate ya cases zingine. For example, Nigeria in 2014 waliingiza CS of Finance kwa kitu kama hii, akasemaje tunaendea hizo vitu, hapana tambua tutaendea hizo stolen recovery. However, wali confiscate only 321 million linked to their Abacha family wenye walikuwa wameiba through their ninio. So utapata at most percentage ni 20 to 35% at hizi recovery tutapata, but hiyo isikuwe stop. Sisi tunafaa kuwa hold accountable in that watafungwa, na hata wakifungwa tuweke this blockchain technology in the constitution in that it prevent further stealing of public funds. Kama ni procurement, blockchain technology na approve ni nani ana deserve kupewa this tender na watu wana vote. So kwa sababu gani hata tukasema Ruto elect other CS ama other hao watu hata wakiiba unapata EACC hata ikipeleka court ikipeleka kesi huko mbele judicial imelipwa, sijui nani wamelipwa, EACC iko in bed, DPP ako in bed. So but tukiwa na hiyo blockchain technology tutakuwa tumeregesha power kwa wananchi, kwa sababu sisi wenyewe tuta approve on everything, public debt wakiendea, how they spend na transparency. Actually hiyo blockchain technology kuna a way that wase withdraw do leo kama ni $20 ama ni 20 million, hiyo technology ati tutaona do fulani leo saa fulani imetoka, wenye wako na access wanajua do fulani na fulani imetoka. So we really need to embrace blockchain technology immediately. Anyway, that's my say.
Yeah, man. I want to give shout outs to Amini Protocols na Vincent na wako hapa hivi na naona sisi peke yetu, by the way, Stay Hidden tuko na hizi ideas ni vile hatukuwa tunaziongea. I think, you know, there's more expertise here, and I want to give everyone who has risen their hand a bit of time, just a little bit. We are about to wind down. Amini Protocols, then Vincent, then Architect.
Thanks a lot, Web3 na Kimuzi, for creating this amazing space. I think what we have to look at is where actually corruption begins. If you look at our country, na ukiangalia hata wa CS wote na magavana, where it all started is, of course, mtu alimaliza primo, akanunua certificate, akasimama na hiyo certificate, akanunua job, na venye aliget hiyo job, what else do you expect? Sasa wameshinda tu wakiiba do zetu. So, I mean, I'm quite happy to share with you guys, and I like what you've done with 3. They are Kenyans, and I think somebody said, Leo Asubuhi, Kenyans are very smart. And so just to say, I mean, when you look at Web3, there's a group of Kenyans, and when I say Kenyans, it's actually Gen Zs from Kabarak University, JKUAT University, the Technical University of Kenya. So these guys have come together, and what they've decided to do is to start at the grassroots, where they want to make sure that going forward in Kenya, Mazee Utawai and the River Road could forge tena certificates. So they've created a brilliant credential management system. And what it does basically is Mazee certificate ikikuwa issued na any institution, it's published on a blockchain. That blockchain is available through a decentralized ledger. And then most importantly, what they're also doing now is they are partnering with employers who actually support accountability, transparency within the job market. I think you guys have seen what has been happening in our country for the last few years. Unakumbuka poa sana, kulikuanza kuwa na issues of certificates. Gavai kasema almost 2,000 people within the government have fake certificates. What does that mean to all of us? Kuna wase wengi sana wako qualified, they keep on missing jobs because majamaa wanaendelea kufanya easy fraud within the certificate sector. The other day tunakumbuka very well Nigeria walikama wakasema watablock mastude wote wa Kenya because there's a lot of fraud in our institutions. And I mean, this is something that as we continue to discuss and communicate, we need to face and of course to eliminate. So mine big ups to the teams here who are building fantastic solutions to be able to save our country. This team of young Gen Zs, mnaweza wa check out na mwapatie kudos. They've gone an extra mile, wanna spend those out, wanna spend nights out, wanna burn their brains. And what they've done is, for the first time in Kenya, easy story. This is something that is also actually working. They've partnered with blockchain power. They've partnered with Polygon networks. They've already published a smart contract And the smart contract si certificate peke yake, hapo ndio start. And why that is very important is because when you look at Web3, watu wengi waelewi Web3 ni nini, but that's the future. If you look at developed markets, wase wengi washaanza kuembrace. So what they want to do is use that opportunity to show that you can actually have an immutable, secure, transparent solution kwa watu wote ambao wako uni, so that what you basically do is mazee unapatia kila mtu equal opportunity ukiingia workplace. But it doesn't stop there. Kuna vitu watu wamediscuss about land. When you look at the title deeds, these are the documents. There's a digitized tuzidunge kwa Web3. Mkifanya transaction, you don't need somebody to actually do it because you have a trustless system that can actually support. So we are equally excited to support this resolution as a mini block. When you look at that name in Amanisha Trust. So big ups to the entire team here supporting the good movement Web3. We look forward to also working with you and supporting this amazing movement as we all transform our country. Thanks.
Okay, thanks. Vincent.
Hi guys, thank you so much for letting me on board. Awesome. Look, it really warms my heart that all these Web3 guys are getting together and starting to do things. It really is the way. It's definitely the only way that things will change, not just in Kenya, but all over the world. We need to decentralize government and reduce their power. I just want to tell everybody and really asking for your support. We are sponsoring basically for no expectation of money in return or anything like that. We're sponsoring a voting mechanism that will be released on the Google App Store on the 17th, so roughly in 5 days. We've been holding spaces discussing this. We're building a DAO, which is comprised of anyone that wants to join it. So they have a say in what's being built. So basically, we're sponsoring the initial code base. It's completely open source. It's gasless, so you don't have to get charged anything to vote. So it's using snapshot technology, which I'm sure a lot of the Web3 guys here will be very familiar with. Amini Pro, can you please get in touch with me? I think that we need to maybe have a discussion on where the university guys can utilize that and become part of the DAO, and we can all work together to start implementing these systems.
Is he breaking? You can hear him clearly.
I can hear you, Vincent.
Yeah? Oh, great.
I can hear you, yeah.
Oh, great.
Hey, guys, 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, so the website, if you have a look at my icon, you'll be able to find the website. The website is m-kura.vote. We decided to do that because there's a lot of spaces being held. Kamuzi, I know you've been holding every day. I've tried to get on your calls, and there's many others who are holding every day. We're holding a space every 2 days to discuss this. So why we decided to go with voting is that we need a voice. We can all get on spaces and talk and talk and talk, and there's virtually millions of people that have been talking, but we need an application where we can actually register a vote, and we need it to be open source, transparent, and immutable, and we're building that. So it'll be released in 5 days. It's not going to be the perfect solution, but it is a very good solution, and it is the start. We have 2 years before general elections. I'm not saying it's ready for general elections, but it is ready to vote on any specific issue, and we can, if we all join the DAO, and I'm hoping that millions do, then we are able to have a very powerful voice, and these legislators can actually see what we're voting on in real time. So if I'm hoping that the application is downloaded by all. Look, we've proposed a 50 shilling price for it. It's not for money for us. As I said, we've donated the code base for free. It's basically to maintain the DAO and to develop this further and pay people who contribute. Now, if it comes to the point where people are willing to offer their time free, then no charge for the system. I don't bloody care. I mean, what this is about is it's about change and bringing distributed systems to one of the few countries on earth that has the demographic in terms of the young population that gets this to really make change. It is never going to happen it will happen in the West eventually, but it will take years. The population is far too old. They're far too brainwashed. It's too difficult to happen there. But Kenya can be the shining light on earth for this type of technology. They should be number one in terms of adopting this, because you have the population, or we have the population. My wife's Kenyan. I'm having a daughter who's, I want to grow up in Kenya. I'm very pro Kenya. All my projects are African based. I'm even discussing things with people who own African satellites at the moment to what's coming in Africa, and then they're African-owned companies. What's coming in Africa is going to be amazing. People have no idea. Maintain the faith, maintain what you guys are doing, but please, there needs to be an outcome. The people have died. People have really given up so much for this cause, but we need an outcome. And I believe that the first step, that once we started the cause, the first step was we need to have a voice, and that voice is a voting system that can't be corrupted and it can't be questioned, because it will be totally secure from every degree, and they can't basically deny it. We don't trust their IEBC and their commissioners who are going to be hired. It's human infallibility. It's old tech. We don't need those systems anymore. So really asking Kamuzi that maybe we can hold a space together, or you can join our space. This needs to be heard. It's owned by the people, for the people. We don't get anything out of it. It's sponsored, and I want devs in Kenya to join the code base and to be building on top of it. So let's get together and join the DAO. Join the conversations that we have every 2 days. We already have blockchain lawyers in Kenya on board. I'm getting the blockchain projects that I'm familiar with in Kenya on board. We know each other via LinkedIn. I'm a real person. I've been in the industry for a very long time. I've built systems for tier 1 banks all around the world. This is not a joke. This is not a scam. This is not, nothing about that. It's about affecting real change. So I'm asking everyone, please join us. I know a lot of people here I can see have already been on our calls, and I'll relinquish the mic because I know I've spoken for a fair bit, but thank you once again. And please.
Vincent,
Yeah.
you'll just tell me prior, you'll DM me, and we shall talk about it.
Thank you. I'll DM you. Thank you, Kamuzi.
All right. Maybe we can have architects and
Imeisha actually. It's like 2 minutes.
juu hawa jamaa wamekuwa wakingoja sana, nilikuwa nataka wapea mini teach tu waseme tukienda. Architects.
Yes. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. First of all, let's not forget those who lost their lives for this cause. Secondly, in line with the whole ideology of blockchain systems, this is more or less what has agitated for the change that we are still seeking for, because as you all know, nothing much has been done yet. There's nothing solid that has been done. I mean, if it's for the dissolution of the CSS going home, that is still a minor step, because they can replace still with other morons and we still go back to where we've been. If it's the matter of allocation or appropriation of budgets to the offices that were located, like the First Lady and so forth, that can still be undone. So we need more permanent changes going forward, and we still need to push until we get these solid systemic changes. The whole ideology behind whatever is happening is going to be advanced by the blockchain systems with regards to being able to get information on what is happening where. Right now, if you're not like on Twitter, every minute you scroll through your TL, you'll see someone has posted, this is happening here, someone is not delivering, this is where money was stolen. So we need that to continue, even if it's going to be outside the government systems, because systems are only as good as people. And the Kenyan society, as we know it, really, I could say it's rotten, because citizens are the ones who offer the bribes, and that goes all the way to the top. So we need that ideological change from the level of citizens, so that even if we want to keep the governments accountable, it's very easy, because we don't have a challenge of ethics on our side. A good example, we could say we want to change systems and bring in all these new technologies, but as an architect, I mean, we've been having different counties introducing different systems for approval of, say, drawings, architectural drawings and stuff for people to build houses. What happens is you find the people who have been appointed in those offices to retrieve drawings on the other end and review, they end up, unaenda unaambiwa the system is down this time, or at times when the governor comes in, a new governor comes in, you're told, anasema the system was corrupt, so they do away with it, like for the case of...
Kindly wind up.
As much as we want to push for the reforms in winding up, we need to be hands-on in, so to say, whistleblowing. And if you go to seek a service, a government service that is free, and it's not offered for free, we need to be loud about it, and we need to project that frustration so that we clean up the mess from the grassroots all the way to the top. I think that is something that we may need to pick up more on as well going forward. Thank you.
So guys, what can I say? Time is up. If somebody hasn't talked, we'll have another space and we'll have another dialogue. These our ideas never